Hello Year 7 and welcome again to Maths with me, Miss Sayers. I am going to go through some more angle rules with you today. So we've already looked at angles on a straight line, we've looked at angles around a point, and now we're going to look at the third angle rule, which is called vertically opposite angles. As always, you are going to need certain things to be able to do this lesson. You will need a pen, pencil, because you should be drawing your diagrams in pencil, a ruler, and your maths book or Hegarty maths book, or just some paper book if you run out of space in your books. So if you don't have any of those things, pause the video now and go and get them. Right, I'm going to make a start. So like I said, we are continuing with angles today, but today we are looking at vertically opposite angles. So can you write that as your title, please? Make sure it's underlined nicely. Vertically opposite angles. As always, as we're going through this, if there are any points where you feel like I'm going too fast or you just want to hear something again, feel free to pause, go back, but just make sure that you've got really good notes and that you understand what you're doing. So, firstly, I'm going to describe to you what vertically opposite angles are. Now, the really important thing about vertically opposite angles is that we will always have two straight lines that intersect each other, and they've got to be kind of continuous straight lines. You see that's going through there like that, and that one's there. And what that means when we've got those two lines that go through like that is that this angle and this angle will be the same, as will this angle and this angle. So if that one, for example, is A, that one will be A. If this one is B, that one will be B, because they are vertically opposite each other. So vertically opposite angles, the ones that are opposite each other within those lines, are equal, and those two are equal as well. So that is our really key rule. There is another really important rule that we'll be using today as well. And I'm just gonna remind us of that rule and write it at the top, as well as my vertically opposite angle rule. So my vertically opposite angle rule is very, very simple. It's just that vertically opposite angles, like the ones I just showed you, are equal. Okay. The other rule that we'll be using today that's really going to help us is angles on a straight line, and you'll remember this from the other day, add to. Does anyone remember what they add to? If you said 180 degrees, you are absolutely right. So these are our two key rules that we are going to be using today, and we're going to leave those up for the duration. Please make sure you've written those down. Right, I am going to start with my first example. Can you please make sure you draw your diagrams in pencil, because it will help? I am going to have, and again, make sure you're pausing if I'm going too fast, it's absolutely fine to pause. So we've got these two lines that are crossing each other, they're intersecting, that means crossing. We've got that this angle here is 32 degrees, and our question is, find the missing angle X. So we've got this one's 32 and this angle here is X that we don't know, so we need to find out what that is. Now, can anyone think what it is just straight off? If you said that it is 32 degrees, you are absolutely right. That is 32 degrees. And it is 32 degrees because these two angles are vertically opposite. So it's 32 degrees because these angles are vertically opposite angles and are equal because they're vertically opposite. It's a very bad and, sorry. Okay, that is simply our first example. It's all we need. I'm going to go through another one now, which again will not be too complicated. So this time, make sure you're writing this down. Again, pause if you need to. We have example number 2. And I am told that this angle here is 110 degrees. And this angle's X. And I've got to find the missing angle X. So I need to find out what that one is. Now, straight away, I know what that is. It is 110 degrees. And that is because these two are vertically opposite. So it's very clear that they are equal. Going to move on to a slightly more complex example now. Not overly complex, but just a little bit more. So this one is example 3. Make sure you've written this down. Our question here is going to be to find the missing angles X and Y. So we're going to have to find more than one angle in this one. That's right. So this is 45 here. This is angle X. And this is angle Y. So I've got to find both of those angles. Now, angle X is the easier one to find, so I'm going to start with that first. What do we think that angle X is? If you said it's 45 degrees, you would be absolutely right. It is vertically opposite that one. You can see they're opposite each other. These two will be the same as well, but these two are the same. That one is 45 degrees. I also need to find this one, and that's where it's a little bit trickier. Not overly tricky, but just a little bit. And actually, the easiest way to look at it is to make sure you've got a ruler. Now, if I just place my ruler there like that, and I'm just looking at what's on that side, so I almost ignore everything down here, what have we got there? If you're saying a straight line, you are right. And we have this angle rule here. We know that angles on a straight line add to 180. So if this is 45, how am I going to work out that one? Well, if you are saying you're going to do 180 take away 45, because angles on a straight line add to 180, and if I take off the bit I know, I'll be left with this bit, you are absolutely right. So 180, take away 145, you're welcome to use a calculator for this, I don't mind. That will be 135 degrees. So this Y over here is 135 degrees because we've got that straight line in there. But you've also got a straight line there, so you could do it that way as well. Doesn't really matter, you'll get the same answer both ways. But you've got this angle here is 135. Finally, I'm going to do one more example, then that's it. So make sure you draw this out. Again, pause if you need to. So this is going to be example 4. And we are going to find the missing angle A. So I know this one here is 121 and this angle here is A. They are not vertically opposite. This is vertically opposite to that one there. And this is vertically opposite to that one there. Because you can see they're opposite each other, they're opposite each other. But these two are on a sneaky straight line. And again, I know that angles on a straight line add to 180. So if I do 180, take away the part I know, I'll be left with the part I don't know. So 180, take away the 121. Again, if you want to use a calculator, that's fine, because I really just want you to work on the rule. That is 59 degrees. So that missing angle A is 59 degrees. Okay. That is everything from me. So just make sure now you go and do the Show My Homework quiz. You are aiming for about 75% at least on that. So if you try it once and it doesn't quite go right, make sure you come back to the video, have another look, and then try it again. You have 3 attempts, so you should be absolutely fine by the third one. Good luck, Year 7.